we're here at Coopers Rock State Forest, and this is one of our favorite parks to go to. It's really close to Morgantown, West Virginia, and it's a really popular place with lots of trails, camping areas, hiking spots. Coopers Rock gets its name from a legend that there was a fugitive who hid in the sandstone cliffs in this area, and he was a cooper, and he continued making barrels while he was here. Coopers Rock State Forest is about 12,700 acres, and it goes through both Monongalia and Preston counties in West Virginia, and it's just such a beautiful place, and we love spending time here. So behind me is a pavilion that was created by the Civilian Conservation Corps. The CCC was a public relief program that was part of the New Deal during President Roosevelt's era. It ran from 1933 to 1942. It helped provide employment for people during the Great Depression. So it put thousands and thousands of people back to work, specifically young men, and they worked out in these forests and parks, creating facilities like this one along with trails. They planted a lot of trees and helped reforest a lot of areas as well, and so it's really cool that we have historic places here at the park. We're walking on the Rock City Trail, and this trail is named after the area that we're standing in right here, where all of these sandstone rocks that were likely deposited from glacial deposits. These are the same kind of rocks that we see at the Coopers Rock Overlook. And it's really cool how you can see in this area where the rhododendron bushes grow right on top of the rocks. There's lots of moss, there's lots of trees here. So it's amazing how plants can grow on top of something like rocks. Rocks are sandstone, so they're comprised of a lot of different minerals and different materials, and one way that you can identify iron really easily is by looking for essentially what is rust in the rock. So it's this bright orange color, and so it's really cool. We can see that there's iron that's exposed here. What do you think? They're so cute. Should I climb through it? Want to try? Yeah.
Okay.
There might be spiders.
I know, there might be something creepy.
You see anything?
No, but something's dripping. There's a giant bug.
Yeah, there is a bug. I see it too.
It's like a giant mosquito or something.
So all around Coopers Rock, including Rock City, you'll find a lot of rhododendrons. Rhododendrons are actually the state flower of West Virginia, and they're a very resilient plant. You can find them in all kinds of places, and you find them a lot along the trails here in the forest. In the spring and early summer, they create a really beautiful pink flower, and the name rhododendron actually comes from the Greek meaning rose. They're very beautiful and they come in these really big bunches. And it's easy to identify the rhododendron because they have these really large leaves. And they're considered a shrub, but they have these really woody stems that are kind of a reddish color. And so these are a plant that you can find really all along the Appalachian Mountains.
Okay, so this area totally looks like where Gollum would live, like it's his lair, like in Lord of the Rings, because we are both Lord of the Rings nerds. They're some of our favorite books and movies. Like, just I could just imagine him like slinking and stinking around here. Like, look how creepy. Oh, it's so dark. It's buggy too.
Does it feel colder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
And very like damp. Ew, it's squishy.
I can feel kind of a draft.
Squishy. Basically, if you look around us, that you would have no idea that down below that there's all those cool rock formations because of the way that they're down kind of like into the ground. It'd be so easy to just walk right by it. There's a rattlesnake down there. It's freaking huge. It's a little
Okay, so we were just walking down this trail and we noticed something crossing our path, and it was
it's still crossing right now.
It's still crossing the path right now. It's a rattlesnake, and it actually made the little rattle sound, so we backed up. So rattlesnakes are one of the few venomous snakes that are in West Virginia. Most snakes that you'll encounter in the woods are not venomous at all. Really, they're completely harmless. And even the rattlesnake, it doesn't want to bite you. It just uses the rattle as a warning, and the venom, again, as a way to either protect itself or for hunting purposes. So snakes are really important for the environment, and they're a really cool predator. So after we saw the rattlesnake, what we did was we contacted somebody at the West Virginia Department of Natural Resources. There are signs posted all over the park that say if you see a rattlesnake, to let somebody at the department know. They're keeping records of where the rattlesnakes are being sighted, what time of day, just for their own records, and also to potentially contact the public if necessary. So if you ever see a rattlesnake, it's good to always let somebody at the park or wherever you are know that they're there. So we're about to go on one of our other favorite hikes here at Coopers Rock. It's called the Ravens Rock Trail. This trail goes to the Ravens Rock Overlook, and it's a little different from the Coopers Rock, because Coopers Rock you can just walk right off from the parking lot, but this one you need to take about a 1.5 mile hike, so it makes for a really nice afternoon.